we can just get straight into it. What do you want to do? You want to recap a little bit for the last week, or you kind of want to get straight into this one?
I'm ready to get straight into it, whatever you guys prefer.
All right, cool. So we'll go straight into it. We'll go with we're going to start with the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens for today. So let's go. Baltimore Ravens -6 at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. I know you usually give a Thursday night football pick, but what are you thinking with this game in general? What are your thoughts on it? Do you want to give your pick now? Do you want to wait till later in the show? What are you thinking?
My opinion wise is it's kind of hard to kind of gauge it. 6 is pretty. I think it's pretty spot on. I think.
Okay.
I think this game more than anything is very important for the Ravens. I feel like the Ravens, because if the Ravens go in this and lose, or it's a very, very close game, and we go back to what you said, CJ, a couple weeks ago, you just lost the Browns, and now you're going to lose to Cincinnati at home, a divisional game. You lose 2 divisional games, you're not the number 1 team out there anymore. I think it's a must-win for the Ravens. I think this is the Ravens to tell everybody we're for real. Because I already think they're for real, but I keep hearing noises around saying, are they really, blah, 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 this and that, this and this and that, which is fine. No, nothing wrong with that. I know. So with that being said, I think they have to go in there and perform at an all-time high, and I think they need to mop the floor with Cincinnati. Let's be honest, Cincinnati's record is the truth. They're a mediocre team at best. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
Just because you're good on offense and you're garbage on defense doesn't make you a good freaking team. It just doesn't.
No, I agree with you on that.
The record is who the record says they are. They lost to the Eagles. They had no business losing to the Eagles. They should have won that game. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you don't give the Eagles credit? I'm actually going to, while you're talking right here, go ahead. I'm going to check out their defensive.
Now I do. Now I give them credit because they beat Cincinnati. I thought Cincinnati was going to go 500 and shut the rest of the media world up, but they didn't. They lost. They had a chance to go 500 against a team that is probably one of the most inconsistent teams. Every time you bet on them, it's like, they almost lost to the Browns, and then they go into Cincinnati and destroy Cincinnati.
Yeah.
To me, that's destroyed. When you're on the road against a team like that and you win that handedly, so the game wasn't really close.
Yeah. No, I do agree with you. With that. And I do think you're right in terms of a statement game, because if the Ravens struggle, then they're going to be same old Ravens, right?
Right.
In this game, because it's also a division game, but I do agree with you also on Cincinnati's defense. Let's see. I'm actually going to go and check out their DVOA stats, which I truly believe in. I like those stats because they don't just gauge off points given up. They gauge off everything, even crunch time. Yeah, Cincinnati's bottom 10, man, in DVOA. That's huge.
The record is just what the record is.
They're eighth by the last. Yeah, their offense is good. Their defense is not great. And that's pretty much what it comes down to there, right? Well, you're talking about the Ravens, right? And you're saying that they're a great team, or this is going to show if they're a great team, right? Because I'm the one that gives you pushback on that. Let's be real. I give you pushback on the Ravens.
Which one?
On the Ravens. On the Ravens. Because you clowned on me about the whole Vikings power rankings, which to me, yeah.
Still do.
No, which to me, I told you I power rank based off of what's going on in the moment, right? Injuries, et cetera, et cetera.
Propaganda, man. That's propaganda.
You can do the same thing when it comes to. You can do the same thing when it comes to.
Tell me the Vikings are the number 2 team in the nation. That's fake
no.
news.
Okay, hold on. Let me say something. But then you're saying the Ravens are, and they lose to the Browns. I mean, who's worse, the Rams or the Browns?
No, I still think the Ravens are a good team, but for people like you, they need to shut you people up.
No, that's
so. If you believe that, that's fine. I don't judge. Look, I never judge your opinion. I respect your opinion. If that's the way you feel, then the Ravens need to go into this game, prove that I'm right, and shut you up.
Yeah, I don't even think this game will prove me right, though, man. To me, I had to see it in the postseason at this point, because I took them last year. I took them last year in the postseason, thinking that I took them last year. No.
America, whatever this discussion I'm having this season, I need America to know. I'm not saying the Ravens are winning the Super Bowl. That never came out of my mouth. That never once came out of my mouth. All I said was, hey, the Ravens are a damn good team, and I expect them to face the Chiefs at the end. That's what I said. I never said they're good enough to win the Super Bowl. That I don't know. We need to see in the playoffs. We need to see how he plays, how the team plays, everything. But right now, they're the top 3, top 4 best team in the nation.
Yeah, they're number 3. They're number 3 to me.
Sure.
They're number 3. They're behind the Lions, but I do think that they lack on defense.
What happened to the Vikings? Are they still on that list?
No, they're still hovering around the top 10. They're still there, man. They're still there because if you look at the other teams with injuries, et cetera, there's certain teams out there that are definitely not worthy of even being in the top 10.
That's more realistic. They are probably the 10th, 11th best team in the nation. That's different.
Okay. So
I had them at 2.
I had them at 2 based off of what's going on in the league in that moment, injuries, et cetera.
Propaganda. That's because you win the first 2 games. Does that make
No, they didn't win the first 2 games. They won the first 5. And I even told you on the podcast, I said, hey, Sam Darnold, I do not believe he's going to take him to the promised land. I'm just going based off power rankings right now, what's going on right now, and how they progress through the season. I already knew that. It's like me saying Lamar's going to take the Ravens to the Super Bowl. I still don't believe it. I have to believe it to see it. I had to see it to believe it, and just going based off of that, Baltimore's defense is not that great themselves. They're in the middle of the pack of the DVOA themselves.
Oh, I'm definitely quite aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but their offense is what's playing better.
Defensive team as last year.
It's their offense. It's playing better.
You know what's funny is people talk about that defense last year held Kansas City 17 points. Unfortunately, they still lost, but that defense, the way they swarm, the way they hit, they don't miss tackles.
They're not the same D.
It's nothing like last year's defense whatsoever.
No. Okay, so yeah, I agree. I don't think it's like last year's defense. But so what you're pretty much saying your pick is you're giving a pick out on the Ravens. You're willing to bet your money on the Ravens that they have to show up tomorrow. Pretty much, they're gonna have to show up to shut up, right? And when you say shut up, we're talking about shutting me up.
It's a divisional game. They play each other well, blah, 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 blah. That's the line. Look, I'm not saying that I would take them for the points. All I'm saying is it's incumbent on them to go into this game against a team that everybody still believes in, and that's fine. You want to still believe in them? That's fine. A divisional game on the road, you got to go in there and whoop that ass to shut everybody up if you want respect. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you got to go in there and you got to whoop that ass to show everybody some respect. Okay, but you got to give your pick on the game. So this is pizza money then.
Yeah, for sure.
Pizza money. I respect that though. I can see why you're
Cincinnati +6.
What's up?
Just kidding. I was going to take Cincinnati +6, but I'm just kidding.
So your thing is pizza money on the Ravens -6.
Yeah.
Okay, I do agree with you in terms of the Ravens do have to really win this game. They need to turn their script upside down, right? It's starting to turn. It started to turn, then they lost to the Browns. So now they really need to turn their script back around and say, like, hey,
the script got turned around from people like you.
What? By people like me, what?
No. We're saying, how do you lose to the Browns?
No. Let's get this straight. Teams have bad fucking games all the fucking time.
I guarantee you, your great Niners could be healthy. If they go into Cleveland and they lose, are you going to sit there and tell me, oh, they're not a real team? They're not good. You're not.
No, I'm going to sit here and say the Niners still can't get past the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's what I'm going to say. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's fucking 2 years and it's happened. So that's why I'm going.
Is that trash to you?
No, the Browns aren't that trash. I like Stefanski. We've talked about this. What I'm saying is, if you're that team, if you're that guy, you're that team, you're that fucking, you're supposed to go to that next level, you don't lose games like that. You don't. Like there's even, fucking say what you want, Kansas City doesn't really lose games like that, man. They just fucking don't.
Well, that's because they're God's team. They haven't.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I can continuously put KC number 1 in my rankings. I don't give a shit, And right now, you know who's becoming a team like that? The fucking Detroit Lions are becoming a team like that because they're going on the road and beating the shit out of people. They're not just beating them. They're beating the shit out of them.
They're also beating good teams.
Beating the shit. A la the Vikings?
Good teams.
The Vikings, right?
Not against the Packers. Beating the Packers and Green Bay, that's an impressive win.
Of course, that's an impressive win. All right, so your free pick for...
Hold on, though. How impressive. Like, people don't understand. That isn't an impressive... To go into Lambeau Field and destroy them, they lit them up. I mean, come on.
All right, straight up, they lit them up. I had the Packers in a teaser. They lit them the fuck up. I never really felt like they were going to be in the fucking game. And I know Jordan Love wasn't 100% healthy, but even if he was, I still think they would have lost. That's just my take.
Yeah, for sure.
People can say what they want. I still think the Lions are on a fucking mission. And if the Lions went into KC this week, I think they'd beat them up. I mean, that's just how I feel about the Lions.
Yeah, it'll be a close game.
It'll be close, but the thing I'm saying is they're playing off motivation, right? They go into the Green Bay, they know they need to kick their ass, and they do. If they went into KC, yeah, they play a different team. Maybe it's a different scenario. I mean, we'll talk about that game later. They go into Houston this week, so maybe the motivation's a little different. But so I can see why you're saying you're a pizza money free pick. Ravens -6. This is like they got to do it. You're willing to put some pizza money up for them to show you, and if they don't, then they'll show you they don't. You know. Over under is 53.5, which says it's going to be a high scoring game. What I just told you DVOA wise for both teams, I mean, fuck, why wouldn't it go over? Let's be real, right? Like DVOA wise. But then again, you can make the argument saying they're both divisional opponents that see each other twice a year. Why wouldn't they be able to know how to stop each other? Who fucking knows, right?
Right.
We'll dig deeper into that. But all right, so Ravens -6, pizza money, T's pick. If you guys want to roll with them. I don't know who I'm going with in that game. I'll be 100% honest with you. I looked at the line.
I definitely know who you're rolling.
No,
I most definitely know.
I'll tell you, I looked at the line and I thought that was a lot of points. And I thought, why the fuck are they giving 6 points in this sort of game? And then I thought,
oh yeah. I know you. I know.
Yeah,
you
so
you like Cincinnati.
I don't like Cincinnati right now. I don't like Cincinnati. I leaned them looking at the line and then I thought, there's something I'm fucking missing. And it has to be the defense of Cincinnati in terms of stopping the Ravens. So you're going to have to hope that Cincinnati's
but you got to realize they don't have a good defense.
That's what I'm telling you. But what you're going to be doing in that game, right? If you take Cincinnati in this game, this is what you have to be doing. You're going to have to be hoping that they go score for score, because I don't see They could. Yeah, of course they could. They got weapons, but I don't see the Ravens not putting up their share of points at home. That's just my opinion. In terms of Cincinnati, I don't know. They could, but it's a tough place to play. 4 days rest. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's up.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
I agree.
We'll see. But all right, let's go to the next game. Oh, this is a fucking great game, dude. New York Giants against the Carolina Panthers in Germany.
That was a good game.
Who the fuck wants to wake up at? Well, we're on the West Coast. Who wants to wake up at 6:30 to watch that game, man?
I'll be honest with you, man. We're football guys. That is going to be a good game.
It is. You know what the line is on this game?
I know. It was high.
It went higher. -6.5. What the fuck's going on? Are we missing something with the Panthers right now?
No, I think what it is that Trey, whatever his name is, Young, can't even play in America.
Bryce, not Trey Young. Trey Young is fine.
What's his name?
Bryce Young. You're talking about basketball.
What's his name? Sorry.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young can't even play in the fucking States, man. How the hell is he going to play in another damn country?
Then you want him to go to Germany and light him up. Yeah. I think it's a letdown spot for sure, man. They just beat the Saints at home. And I just think that this is a fucking not really get right because both these teams are 2-7. But
you know what's so funny, CJ? A lot of people are probably thinking to themselves, "Oh, these are two garbage teams." The Giants are not as garbage as people think.
No, they're not. If you really think about it, put together who they've lost to. They lost to Philly. They've lost to Dallas.
Every game they've lost, haven't they?
Yeah, pretty much. Even the Dallas game, and that's when Dallas was healthy. That's when Dallas was healthy, by the way.
Right.
So I still think Dallas sucks, but that's when Dallas was healthy.
For sure.
I just think 6.5. I think Brian Dable's job is on the line this game.
I hope it is.
I think
he'll get hired quicker than you can bat your eye.
I know, but I do think that definitely his job could be on the line in this game. Daniel Jones, I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. They gave him that Supermax contract. It is what it is, but not Supermax, but you know what I mean. They gave him more than I think they should have.
I'm going to go off on a limb right now. The next Dallas Cowboys coach is two options. It's either Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson? Oh, you're talking about Ben Johnson.
Sorry, did I say Lane Johnson?
You keep saying Lane. the guy that
Ben Johnson. You guys can tell I'm terrible with names, by the way. I think Ben Johnson's going to Dallas. If not, I do think there's a shot for Bill to be the next. This is it for McCarthy. This is McCarthy's last year.
He's done.
Hands down.
He's done. Well, I don't know, man. Jerry Jones does some funky shit, man.
No, but this is the end of his contract.
Oh, okay, he's done. Oh, he's done. He's done. Yeah. I think Giants lane 6.5. They haven't lost to bad teams. I just think the line got too high to really comfortably take the Giants right now, man. Fucking A. Fumbles happen. Shit happens. Danny Dimes happens. You know, everything fucking happens. So.
Oh, but Danny Dimes can happen where he throws dimes.
Yeah, but Danny Dimes can also happen where he throws dimes to the other team in the wrong part of the field. So. So let's 6.5 is fucking high. And a lot of people might look at this line and be like, "Oh, trap line, I'm taking the Giants for sure." See, this is where people I say are woodies, right? yes, 6.5 seems like it's the sharp side right now. And there might be some professional action on the Giants right now because the Giants are not a trash team, like we just said, right? Not as trash as people assume them to be. However, you're willing to take the Giants at 6.5, and if you are willing to take them, just based off the line, before you fucking do that, you should ask yourself, am I going to be okay with the Giants, me needing the Giants to come down and score a fucking touchdown at the end of the game just to cover, or if they're up by 4, just to come down and kick a field goal just to cover, or am I going to have to trust Daniel Jones in a certain spot just to cover? I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm saying that's what you have to ask yourself. You can't just look at these lines and think, trap line, I'm taking it, they're going to win. No, it doesn't fucking work like that. If it was that easy, everybody would make money off of this.
Right.
So, yeah, anyway, that's just – I like to break shit down like that, man, just because I hear so many people say, like, oh, you got to take this line because of this. And it's like, no, you fucking don't. That's a stupid way to look at a game, in my opinion. But I had to learn the hard way fucking over a decade ago, okay? I had to learn the hard way, so – but until I really took this shit seriously a long time ago. But, all right, so let's go. That's that game. I mean, I'm sure I'll wake up and probably check it out. And I wake up pretty early, so I might tune in around like.
You wake up earlier than me, right?
Yeah, I tend to wake up around I tend to wake up around 5:30, hit the gym, and then get my stuff going. But yeah, so I don't. But it's Sunday. I don't wake up that early on Sunday. More than likely, I'll probably be up around 7 a.m.
You wake up to go to the gym. Two different lives.
Two different lives. I eat a donut after the gym sometimes, though. But, all right, cool, man. So, let's go to this next game, though. The Buffalo Bills minus 3.5 at the Indianapolis Colts. Trap game?
I mean, you're talking to the biggest Josh Allen fan, so...
Yeah. So well.
And again, I think every time we bring this up, it's just the topic of like, I know Mahomes has more and he has more rings, and he probably is a little bit better, but I don't think people realize or emphasize how he is when I say he is the team, I don't think people are understanding what I'm saying. He is literally the team. If you take him out and you replace him with somebody else, that team is trash. They become automatically trash.
Oh, let me ask. I got a good question for you. We just talked about the Giants and the Panthers, right? If you take Danny Dimes, put him on the Bills, and you take Josh Allen, put on the Giants, are those records flip-flop? Now the fucking Giants are 7-2 and the Bills are 2-7.
Right, I do.
There you go. That's a perfect scenario to put it in, right?
Yeah, because they already have a good defense.
Yep. Yeah.
Giants, good defense.
They can run the ball.
That can throw and run.
They can run the ball too.
Right, and I think.
And they got young receivers.
I think that would be big. But to be honest with you, though, I have not given up on Dimes yet, on Danny Dimes, and I'll tell you.
I know you haven't. I said I know you haven't. I'm not saying you should have. I'm just saying I know you haven't.
I just haven't given up on Danny Dimes because he's gone through so many coaching. He's gone through so many star players. He has no star players. Sure, he's got one now that's doing well.
It's questionable still, though.
I want to, because we've seen him make the playoffs with that team when he had Saquon and he looked good. He won a playoff game. Let me ask you this.
He did look good. They went into Minnesota and dominated them.
Yeah, let me ask you this right now and answer this question and answer this honestly, okay? You're to start a team right now. You only have two options of quarterbacks. One is Dak. The other one is Danny Dimes. Who are you taking to start your team right now?
That's a fucking tough question.
That's it. That's all you need to say. That's it. Okay.
Good. Well, you know what I think about. You know what I think about Dak. You know what I think about Dak.
Yeah, I do 100%. That's why I brought them into the equation.
I've been preaching that about Dak, and people think I'm a Cowboy hater, but I swear I'm not, man. It's something about the guy that I just don't think he's got it, you know?
Dak's not a garbage quarterback.
No, I've never said he was garbage. Yeah, I joke around and fucking say it to my Cowboy friends.
You know who he reminds me a lot of, if you really look at his game and his stats and everything? He's just on a bigger market, so he's represented more, but he's another Kirk Cousins, man. Just a decent quarterback that can win you games, get you into the playoffs, but that's about it.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, Kirk Cousins is balling this year, though. The only reason why is because he gets paid, and he's on the Cowboys. He's the star leader, so you hear about him more, and the media make you believe that he's better, but in reality, they're about the same quarterbacks, man. Yeah, I would take Cousins over Dak, though.
Yeah. I
would. And I think Cousins showed me this year he can go into another system and win. At the end of the day, I'm not saying that the Falcons are fucking top 3 team, but I'm saying he can go in there and win. Like he's making plays this year.
I hear you.
I know you're. I get what you're saying. Like my Dak is your Kirk, so I get it. Like we don't think they're trash, but it's one of those things where like we understand that
for sure.
they're comparable in the same level. So we actually digress a little. My bad. We could just fucking talk football all day, so we don't want to bore you guys over there with 2 hours of us just going back and forth or yelling at each other or making fun of each other for fucking the Ravens losing to the Browns. But anyway. We'll go with so you're saying the Buffalo Bills go in there and clean the fucking house. They're gonna fucking go in there.
I'm not saying that, but they should.
Okay, so see, here's my thing, right? Because I look for value, like you say, like you just ought. I don't. Obviously, you've noticed we've known each other a long time.
You like that half point?
I like the half point, but not really, man. It's no. It scares me.
For a decade, we've talked sports over.
No. I don't. I'm not comfortable with that though. I'm really not.
I get it, but the half point stands out too, and I understand.
If it was plus 4.5, it'd be different, right? Because then you're talking about Indianapolis being up 3 and fucking Josh Allen coming down to score a TD to go at 4. Put it that way.
Right.
But not really, man. I just think and the Colts were just on primetime Sunday night, so everybody saw them struggle. Everybody saw the offense. You know that they didn't get in the Vikings 20-yard line? They didn't get in the red zone. Did you know that?
Oh.
The Colts.
No, I didn't.
Fucking insane, right?
They were still in it.
They were still in it. So my thing with the Colts is they play good defense. It's just their offense. It's lackluster. And I think Shane Steichen's losing that locker room because what message are you sending to Richardson if you're sitting him down, then you're putting Flacco in, and then last year you wanted to start him, but now you're not. It's like, how are you supposed to develop? I don't think we're ever going to know if Richardson was ever good or not. I think he's in a decline because they're just fucking tearing apart his confidence right now. How do you expect young quarterbacks to really do well? You know, like I feel like the Colts were putting up more points with him on the field, but I mean, they beat the Steelers. But then go this route. I believe in Flacco because he's a veteran. I like that. I like that Flacco's a veteran. I like those moves, but I think coaches need to stay true to what the hell they're doing in order to develop their team.
What, though, man? I've this conversation is a hot topic about whether or not he should have been benched or not. Okay, but let me ask you this: if you're a leader of the team and you're the coach and you're the leader, and one of your players is tapping himself out and saying, "I need to get out because I need a fucking quick little rest." Which quarterback ever does that? You can't allow that.
That's right.
If you set the tone with him doing that, the rest of the fucking team's gonna think it's okay.
Yeah, because really the quarterback should be the leader.
The kid is young. He's got to learn, and sometimes you got to learn the hard way. If you're not mentally strong enough to come back in the game and play, then you are not mentally strong to be a National Football League quarterback. Period.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Sorry, it's
you're
ridiculous.
Right.
This is ridiculous.
So going back
ahead and say I'm fucking tired when you're getting paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, no. I mean, I get it. It's you got to clutch up and you got to give your all to your team.
You got a 42-year-old quarterback that doesn't complain. You can hit him 50 times, he'll still get up if he can get up and play.
Yeah,
you want to bat at 20 years old.
Nah, I mean, I get it, man. I get it. I mean, when we go to so then you got Flacco, obviously that's there. He's a fucking journeyman, so he's gonna start this weekend. Like I said, not to digress. So you got Buffalo minus a 3.5. I don't know if there's any value in that game because I would need to see a little more of the Colts. I think the line is fucking perfect, but I wouldn't doubt it if the Bills did blow them out. And I wouldn't doubt it if the Colts won, as stupid as that sounds, right? It's one of those things.
Well, I mean, any given Sunday, any team can win.
Any given Sunday. That's why, yeah. So
we agree, right?
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's go to this next game. You ready? You're going to like this one. Minnesota Vikings and Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow. Minnesota Vikings, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Or it's in Jacksonville, or are they playing in another country for the 100th
No, right? Jacksonville's always in another country. Minnesota minus 4 at Jacksonville.
The game's in Jacksonville, right?
No, it really is, yeah. I thought you were messing with me.
No, I wanted to make sure.
I think Jacksonville is kind of playing better football week by week. I know they have some injuries. That's why this line is 4. Because at first I thought and I said, okay, Jacksonville has some value at the plus 4, but they do have some injuries in the secondary, and you're going to go up against a fucking stud in Jefferson, and the Vikings got weapons. You know, they can They got wide receiver weapons, so that's probably where the mismatch is here. So to me, this game's going to come down to, even though I think there's value on Jacksonville, do you think that Jacksonville's defense is going to be able to put some pressure on Sam Darnold and kind of do what the rest of the league has been doing, right? You do?
You know what I personally think? If Minnesota goes in there and covers that line and wins by a touchdown and wins by 2 possessions, 2 field goals, I'll give you less of a hard time for putting them second or third in the nation. I'll give you less of a hard time because that's dude. Going into look, I don't care what anybody says. If a team's mediocre and you're a good team and you go to their house and you beat them by 10 or even 2 field goals, 2 possessions,
or even a touchdown, but you controlled the game.
Exactly. That's people don't understand, man. Going on the road against a decent team and winning like that, like again, I was telling everybody, was the Bills in Seattle not an impressive win to you? Was that not an impressive win?
Of course it was. I said it last week. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. That's a 12th man over there, man.
Of course. Of course. That was an impressive win. So I would lean towards Jacksonville on this, but if Minnesota can come in and cover and shut me up and beat this Jacksonville team, it's an impressive win. I just don't think they can do it.
I don't think they can do that either. But
wait a minute, though. But you had them second in the nation.
It doesn't matter. That's where you got to go with the amnesia when you're betting sports. Just because one team wins last week, everything is based off matchups. I don't know if they're going to be able to go in there and dominate the game. That's the truth. I don't. But with Jacksonville's injuries in the secondary, I got to figure this out and see if it's even worth the shot, because you still don't want to. You don't want to sit there and be exploited to fucking Justin Jefferson and Minnesota's receivers back there. Regardless of what it is. So Jacksonville's secondary is not that great, and that's where they get burned. And that's Minnesota's strength on offense. I feel like it's running the ball to Aaron Jones and then their receivers, So that's why I think the line is more than 3. That's why I do, because I was like, why the fuck would they put 4? But there's also another reason why it's 4. It's because they just came off primetime Sunday night where they ended up covering again. So the public that was all on Minnesota, because there was a lot of sharp money on Minnesota, then there was publics on sharp money that was on the Colts, and then the public was on the Vikings. I'm so sorry. So that line is -4 because of public perception.
You know what I think the public's going to do a lot too? I have a feeling they're going to tease the Vikings down to maybe +2 or something like that.
Which is the stupidest tease ever. It's the stupidest tease ever because.
But I think people are going to do it.
Yeah, no, you don't do that, man. And
our job is to help you not do stupid things.
Yeah, you don't do that. And I tell my guys always, like, hey, if it's the number 1 teaser on the board, just think about it fucking 5 times. Think about it 5. If the whole public's taking it, you got to think about it 5 times. Vegas doesn't give away free money, right?
I'll tell people right now, if Jacksonville wins this game, I will not be half shocked.
No, not at all. Not at all. And let's be real. Kansas City, you go Monday night. I actually had somebody message me and say, hey, Kansas City to the over, teaser. Like it was a lock. And in that moment, I didn't have a play in the game. I leaned Bucks, but then I was like, how can I really do that, man? Like the Chiefs, can they stop the Chiefs? That's what I needed to see, right? Anyway, long story short, the Bucks should have went for 2 and fucking killed that teaser. Let's be real. 9 times out of 10, the coach is going to go for 2. So I just think Todd Bowles, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but... Anyway, value on Jacksonville. We'll see what's up. T doesn't even think that he wouldn't even be half shocked if Jacksonville wins. Neither would I. But I need to check out some injuries in there. But I'm definitely looking at
Won't even be 1% surprised.
Not even 1%. There you go. Next game, Steelers. Oh, this is a hot game, man. Steelers and Commanders. Commanders -2.5. That line's been going from 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3. What do you think about that, man? I mean, fucking A. Credit Dan Quinn, man. I got to be fucking giving him his flowers right now because
What are we crediting him for?
I really think that he's a big reason why this Washington team got it turned around. Him and Jaden Daniels actually playing pretty fucking good for a rookie, Let's be real. He hasn't put him in the situation.
Weeks ago, I think you weren't so sure about him. Now you're sure about him?
No, I'm not. I was going to let me finish it.
I just want to make sure. I'm just going off.
I think Dan Quinn is the one that's making things happening there. I think that week by week, the defense is getting better. I think the offense is starting to be ran better. And I think they're putting Daniels in situations where he can succeed. can he do it in situations where he needs to make shit happen? That has yet to be seen.
I just think that college ran offense will be stopped eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that's what these coaches get paid millions of dollars for, to figure this tape out and figure that shit out, right? But I still think Dan Quinn's going to have those guys competing. That's my whole thing.
They're 6-2, man.
I need to see this Washington Commander team gives me vibes of the Washington team when they used to be the Redskins with the RG3 that one first year. This gives me those vibes.
When they got really lucky, they won rookie of the year, deserve it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they got some guys, but I just don't. I think the coaching has a lot to do with it. I don't want to take anything away from Jaden Daniels. I have to credit him for at least doing what he's doing in the NFL. But do I think he's going to be like talks of him as MVP to me is fucking insane and wild. I don't think he should be the MVP. I just don't. I think the fucking fact that people aren't talking about Jared Goff as MVP is fucking insane still. But we talked about as much, I should say, right? But
you said it's insane that they're not talking about him?
About Jared Goff?
Yeah, you said they're insane?
I just think to not bring him up. They have brought him up recently, but I think it was just
I think you're mentally retarded if he's not your MVP right now. You're mentally retarded. Let me tell you guys these. Okay, in the last 6 games, hear me out, people. In the last 6 games, he's thrown for 20. They've scored 26.
We're talking about the
Lions
right now too.
In
Yeah,
6 games. Okay, in 6 games, 26 offensive touchdowns. In the last 6 games, he's had 24 incompletions. He has more touchdowns than completions in 6 games.
Yeah.
To St. Brown, he's thrown the ball 30 times and he's caught it. There has not been an incompletion in 30 throws to St. Brown.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, what the fuck does MVP mean then? Like, he is the front runner. It's not even close right now.
But he's really not, though. You know that, right?
Ridiculous.
Man, 2 weeks ago I said Jared Goff MVP. I wonder if anybody took it.
You did.
I wonder if anybody took it with me, but like I said, dude, you still need people to actually. You still need them to come through. There's still a whole another half of the season, so we'll see. But I think the Commanders at -2.5 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a game where the Steelers are going on the road. I can see them losing the game, but at the same time, it's not an easy matchup for the Commanders. The Steelers just got another wide receiver in Mike Williams. So here's the thing with that trade, because they just got a trade for Mike Williams. I don't think it's a big deal, right? But there is one thing that I do agree with in that trade, because I thought about it, I was like, it's fucking not great. It's like whatever. Russell Wilson, if there's anything he likes to do, is throw it up to a big fucking body. And Mike Williams is that guy that he could throw it up to, because Russell Wilson, that's his scapegoat sometimes. But you pair him along with Pickens, who can actually run routes and catch balls, that could help them out a little bit on offense.
I mean, I personally think the guy's washed up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But
who
do you like in this one then?
He was never really good because he's always fucking hurt.
True. He
We've
is
seen
always
glimpses.
hurt.
He might have had 3-4 games with Herbert that he looked fantastic, and then he gets hurt.
He does get hurt a lot, for sure.
I don't think of this trade as much, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But what do you think of this line, -2.5 Commanders?
I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah. I think 2.5 is a lot. I think it should be a pick 'em.
I can see that.
Yeah. I don't understand how the Bears are a pick 'em, but the Commanders and Steelers aren't. That's my thing. Or it wasn't a pick 'em. It was -1 Commanders or -1.5.
Was that last week?
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So this line is about right, man. I don't know. I think if it has touched 3, and if it touches 3, I think there's value on the Steelers. But anything under, it could be close. Russian roulette. We'll see. Next game, Falcons and Saints. Falcons -4 in New Orleans on the road. The Saints seem like they're just selling right now. And then you have Cam Jordan telling fans that they just lost to the Panthers. He can't believe it. He's sorry. He's sorry about that. He said that. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think you're either going to get a Saints team that's motivated. They also fired their coach. So usually teams after firing their coach have a good record against the spread. I forgot the exact percentage. It's pretty decent. I just don't know if this New Orleans team is that team. I think, I don't know. You think they've quit on the season already, or what are you thinking?
I don't think Derek Carr has. I think Derek Carr every single week is fighting for respect. Is fighting for his job. I really do.
I do too. Actually,
I don't see him. I don't see him giving up. Can he keep the locker room stable? I don't know. Probably not.
Nah.
I don't think Carr's giving up. I go. That's not his character.
No, it's not his character. I agree. I think the Falcons laying the 4 to me is kind of expensive in a division game. I think the line should be more 3.5-ish, but we'll see what happens, I guess. I'm going to skip the game because I think the line is about what it should be.
I appreciate Thomas coming out and ranting on Derek Carr, putting his receivers in bad situations and all that stuff. His job is to throw you the ball, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Don't complain. His job is to throw you the ball. Don't complain.
Yeah, you just got to – I mean, see, that's where you got to be a team player, you know? But
for sure.
It's like a perfect example. No, check this out. Like last week with the Seahawks. God, I really needed the Seahawks that game. But the Seahawks against the Rams, and Geno Smith just fucking put the whole blame on his shoulders, man. That's fucking stand-up act, you know? You got to respect that.
Mad respect.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, so next.
Anybody that holds themselves accountable for their mistakes, because it seems like it's hard for people to admit when they're wrong for whatever reason that is.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's go to next game. We're going to go to Denver Broncos at Kansas City Chiefs. Fucking A. Chiefs are laying 8. They're over a touchdown again. Mahomes doesn't really cover often as a touchdown or more favorite, as he just showed against the Bucks. But this is a division game. Do you think that this Kansas City defense is going to feast on
Bo Nix? And say this. That would be their first loss of the year.
Oh, you're talking about the Broncos. You're taking the Broncos.
I'm taking them ML.
ML. Woo-wee. That ML is juicy, too. You can find it around plus 320. What makes you think that?
I just feel like they're 7-0, and I feel like with the Sean Payton-led team versus a really good team, I feel like he'll have his guys ready, and I don't think the Chiefs will be ready for it. And also, you got to look at Denver, man. They play tough teams, and they try to stay in it, you know? They're not always in it, but they try to stay in it. Like against the Ravens. They tried. They put up, 21 points with the rookie quarterback in Baltimore?
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like that was a bad outing. You know, you played a really good team, and you stuck in it. This is a divisional game. I think they can win this game.
Yeah. So I think. Well, there's a stat for you. Winning teams that have a winning record, they got blown out the week before, like they did against the Ravens by like 20 plus. The following week are above 60% against the spread.
That could be coincidental.
It could be coincidental, but trends are trends, you know? Just trends are trends, numbers are numbers. But also you have to look at the matchup, and like you said, you think Sean Payne's going to have them rallying. You think that they're never going to give up. Also, big factor in this game, Mahomes and his foot on Monday night. We don't know how bad it was. Let's be real, it's still Patrick Mahomes, but during the regular season, those injuries to me are more significant than they are in postseason.
When Mahomes isn't out of the game, it don't mean shit.
Yeah, because if he still has his arm intact, he's good.
Yeah, those little sideways throws, those little no-look dump-offs.
So let's okay. So you're going Denver Broncos money line and plus 8. Good luck, man. Good luck. I definitely want to watch that game for that now.
I feel like you agree with me though.
I think it's too many points for sure, but I'm scared. I'm always scared to fucking lay it against KC. That's just, especially in Arrowhead. That's how I feel. But I think the line's too high. I don't think the line should be 8, but we'll see. We'll see come Sunday. All right, next game, Niners and Bucks. Niners minus 5.5, and obviously that's because there's rumors of McCaffrey coming back. That's fucking high. But the Niners off of a bye week destroy people. They just destroyed Jacksonville last year off of a bye week.
Sure.
On the road. No, we're not talking about at home.
But I don't think the CMC thing is going to play a factor. It's his first week back. I don't know how many touches he's going to get.
Thank you for saying that, because that's important to know in the line. Just because the line moves doesn't mean that he's going to play a huge factor right away.
For sure.
Yeah, you got to wait about 3 games in when he's starting to get the groove of things. But what will play a factor is the Niners off of a bye week. And if they're going to get Jawan Jennings back, that's a big target for them. that they were missing. Obviously, Ayuk's going to be injured for the year, but if you have a healthier Debo and Juwan Jennings, and then they start getting Purcell involved, we don't know what to expect with this 49ers team at 4-4 right now. One thing I could tell you is 7 weeks from now we could be like, wow, the Niners are looking really good again, you know? So
never seem to do that every year.
That's what I was going to say. It happens every year, but I don't know. We got to see, you know? I will say one thing, Baker deserves his fucking credit because, damn, he played a damn near perfect game on Monday night.
He's been playing a lot of good games.
Yeah, he has. And he doesn't even have Godwin or Evans, man.
Nope.
That's fucking credit to him. Kate Otten, the number one receiver over there during those guys leaving. But credit Baker, man. Tampa's defense getting a little bit better. Todd Bowles, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking not going for 2 there. He could have won the game, but we'll see. So I think 5.5 is high. But because of the Niners' trend off of the bye weeks, it's still risky to take the points on that. And obviously, you also have short rest with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 5 days rest. So we'll see. That's my take on that one. I think you brought up a good point. Don't put too much stock in the CMC just yet. Not yet. Maybe a couple weeks. Wait a couple weeks. So next game, Patriots and Bears. Bears -6. In Chicago, do you think that defensive line is going to give Drake May some fucking trouble?
Do I think it's going to bring him trouble?
Yeah, the Bears D-line.
Yeah, I do, for sure.
I do too. Do you think 6 is the right number? Do you think it's undervalued, overvalued?
Oh no, it's spot on.
It's spot on? Okay, yeah, I think 6 is spot on. I feel the same way.
I know the Bears are a 4-4 team. And that's, you know, but it really comes down to how, if Caleb's going to play well, they're going to win. They can win a lot of games because that defense is good, man. It is. It's just going to come down to which Caleb we're going to get.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But don't forget, that defense is so good where they can give you two touchdowns on their own.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I agree. It's just what the problem is Eberflus in the offense.
But that's more Caleb, though.
It's more Caleb, but I don't know, man. I don't think the offensive play callers are that great there. Well, Eberflus calls the D, right? Who's calling the offense over there?
Not sure.
Well, whatever it is, I just think there's some decisions that are just like come down to the coaching. So, yes, it is more Caleb too because he's the one throwing the ball, but we'll see. Yeah, like you said, I think this is a game where if Caleb Williams is going to take the next step and be for real, you need to cover this spread. Not just win the game, you need to cover the spread.
Sure.
But if not, then another week till we fucking find out. Next game, Chargers-Titans. Chargers -7.5, man. I think this is a time where they're starting to get rolling, personally. And there's a reason for that. It's because I do think also that Herbert was, for the Chargers I'm speaking of, Herbert was hurt at the beginning of the year. Now I think he's getting a little bit healthier. I think the defense is playing better into Harbaugh's system. I think the offense is getting a little more comfortable. And we don't even know who the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans is going to be. Is it going to be Will Levis? Is it going to be Rudolph?
No, I mean, I love Herbert. I'm a big fan of Herbert, but man, who did they beat? Vegas, Carolina, New Orleans, Cleveland. They lost to Pitt. They lost to Kansas City. They lost to Arizona.
Everybody who's the number one team in their division right now.
What's up?
All those teams are the number one team in their division right now that you just named.
Right.
Even Arizona, they lead the West right now.
Right. So, we'll know more when they go up against Cincinnati, Baltimore, Atlanta, Kansas City. That's when I think we'll know more. Right now, it's too early for me to hop on that wagon and think that they're headed towards the right direction. You could very well be right. I just don't have enough stats for me to convince me to go along with that. They haven't beat somebody good yet.
Yeah, I don't think there's value in the game. I think the line is right, but I will go out on a limb and say this is where the Chargers might start to get rolling. We'll see. Or this is where Herbert's going to prove that he can't be that guy. It's going to be one or the other. It's going to be one or the other.
Sure, we'll see.
Next game's not too appealing, even though it could be appealing. It's Eagles -7 on the road against Dallas. Dallas is fucking in shambles, man. Cooper Rush is going to QB. CD Lamb seems like he's going to play. Parsons might come back, but I don't know if it's too late. The Eagles seem to be playing well and putting up points at the right time, despite Sirianni's lack of coaching, in my opinion. But they're running into a Cowboys team that's just defeated emotionally. They're defeated mentally. They're defeated physically. They're all over, man, right?
Right.
Is this a time to really? There should be value on the Cowboys at +7 at home, but is it the time you can really buy the value on the Cowboys, or is this just a stay away spot because of everything going on there? Because you also don't want to lay the 7 on the road. Let's be real.
No, you don't. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a stay away, right?
Yeah, it's a sit and watch, right?
Yeah.
Sit and watch. We'll see for next week. See how that goes. The over/under on the game is 42. That to me.
I also don't trust the Eagles enough to lay 7 on them, no matter who they're playing. They're inconsistent too, man.
Agreed, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Why is the over/under 42?
Right.
That's low. That's
Very
low.
low.
That's low for two teams that I don't think play great defense.
Right.
So are they gonna try to shorten the game? Is there a game plan that we don't know about here that maybe McCarthy's gonna run the ball more?
I feel like the Eagles in the last, 2 or 3 games, the defense has looked better. The
they've
backup
looked better.
quarterback on Dallas and a bad offense. I could see why they have it like that, but it's still a little low.
It's still a little low, yeah, exactly. Let's go to the next game, though. This is an interesting game, man. It's New York Jets -1 at the Arizona Cardinals. Jets off 10 days off rest, man. Cardinals flying fucking high right now. Woo. That's a fucking... Who you got that game, man?
Well, I think it's going to be a great game to watch. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what it is. It's a great game to watch. I'd love to say that the Cardinals have tons of value, but it's not that easy, man. I think the Jets... So like the Chargers, the Jets can be gelling at the right time, right? Or the Jets can be falling off at the right time, or the Jets can still. Wait. The Jets
has done throughout his career is get hot at the right times.
Okay, yes,
Done that before.
but also you can say the Jets could be trending in the right direction, but so can the Cardinals. So that's why this game can be fucking fireworks.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited to watch. Hey, don't sleep on this Cardinal defense, man. I've heard some people say. Shit about the Cardinals D, and I'm like, I don't know, man. They're not as bad as people are making them out to seem here. And what I want to do right now, while I have you here, is I definitely want to check out what the Cardinals' defensive DVOA is, because I don't know, maybe my eye test is not good enough as my numbers test, right? What do we have Arizona at?
Gotta be in the middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack. Yeah, middle of the pack.
Right?
Yep, middle of the pack. So it's not terrible, but it's not great.
I've seen them give up really, really big plays and then stop them in the red zone. Still give up points, but stop them in the red zone. So they're a little like, I feel like it's pretty accurate having them in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think that's what they focus on, stopping them. Like, you can get plays off of us, but we're going to stop you in the red zone. So we'll see how that pans out, man. If I had to do a lean on the game right now, fuck, that's tough. This is tough. Straight up, this is tough. Because you don't know how much confidence Wilson has now, the wide receiver. Yeah, he hasn't really done shit other than that one catch last week, or he had a couple good catches, right? But that one spectacular one, is that going to have him propel, or is he still going to be just the Wilson that they keep talking about? Shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know?
Right.
So we'll see, man. And this one, to me, this game is fucking perfectly on. You could go -1 Jets, -1 Cardinals pick. If you like stress, man, you could take this game.
Agreed. I think it's going to be a good game, hopefully.
I think it will be a good game, but we'll see, man. I'm going to dig in a little more on the game. I want to see 10 days rest and everything. Next game, Sunday Nighter. Man, I want to say it should be a better one. I don't know. This is a good game, but I would love to see both teams healthy. That's what I want to say, because I don't think the Houston Texans are healthy. And it's Detroit Lions at Houston Texans. Detroit lane 3.5 going into Houston. Man, I wish Houston was 100% healthy, because I don't even think they have their linebacker.
No, I feel you. They also don't have a couple wideouts.
Oh, the wideouts are gone. Tank Dell started. I mean, he did okay last week, 10 days ago against the Jets. So, you're asking a tall task for Houston to. They're pretty much going to have to go toe to toe with this Lions defense. Let's be real. Their offense.
Yeah. I mean, the Texans defense could show up and put a fight up.
They could. They play great defense. But like I said, with Will Anderson gone, which is one of their linebackers, important piece of their defense, not sure how the secondary is looking. It was banged up, but maybe they're going to get some guys back, which would be huge for this game. So they have a good enough – I think they have a good enough run game with Mixon. Now, are they going to be able to muster up enough with Stroud on offense and some of the receivers that they got? Or, yeah, 3.5, Detroit. You have to put that 3.5 on Detroit right now. I just feel like Detroit's playing so fucking well that odds makers cannot give you a 3 on that game. And they have to put everything at 3.5 at Detroit, man. It is what it is, right?
It is what it is, yeah.
Yeah, Detroit to me is fucking good up and down, and they just got that trade with Zadarius Smith too.
Right.
So if you had a lean on this game, who you got? A lean, you know.
I mean, the common sense one is the Lions, right?
I mean, yeah, and that let me tell you something. That's gonna be the Woody bet, right? Let's be real. See, when we talk about Woodies, like it doesn't mean Woodies don't win, man.
Course.
Yeah, but realistically, that might be the Woody bet. I think if you're taking the Lions here or you're going to take them, I think the 3 plays a big factor, but it's not real comfortable to take the Texans at the plus 3.5 either, you know. But I'm expecting, you know what, because it's Sunday night and because it's a D'Amico Ryans led team and they still have pieces on offense, and if they can get those defensive secondary guys back, I don't know if their linebacker will come back for the Texans, but I'm expecting a good game, man.
You know what separates this team to me than any other team?
Are you talking about the Lions?
Lions.
Huh.
When they're up early, that pedal on the gas is just it just doesn't stop. They don't hit the brakes. You're up 10-0. If you're down 10-0 to that team, don't think it's so easy to come in like most NFL teams and muster your way back in and make it a little bit more interesting. Nah, man. They come. And they come hard. If it's 28-0, they're going to toy with you. They're going to come hard and run some. That team is just built to just score. It doesn't matter what the score is. They will keep pounding you and scoring. Bro, no team can come back on them. No team really comes close when they're up by a lot because they just don't stop.
Yeah, and then at that point, you have Jared Goff at his best because he's playing comfortable. He's not getting blitzed often more than likely.
I mean, the greatest way to look at the Lions in one row and look at their coach in another row. They are identically the same.
Yeah.
He is that team.
Yeah.
That hardcore nose, pound your face, don't give up. The score doesn't mean shit. We're going to keep pounding you.
They play every snap like it's 0-0.
Oh, 100%. Well said. 100%.
They play every fucking snap, man.
Like it's 0-0.
Yeah, they don't – every play call is designed if they're down by a touchdown or 0-0.
Dude, they're coming to light you up.
Yeah, they're not fucking around. I agree with you, and you brought up a great point. Like when they get a lead on you, man, they want to put their foot on your throat.
Oh, and they don't want to stop.
Yeah, and they just want to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, and they don't care until there's fucking quadruple zeros on the clock in the fourth quarter. That's when they're like, all right, we're done.
Yeah. Remember what they did to the Cowboys? They wouldn't stop. In my head, I'm like, this game's over. What are you guys doing?
Oh, my God. I know. I had they were, like, breaking out sick fucking offensive plays, too. They don't even care.
I saw them against the Packers. Yeah, I think they had, like, a 4th down. And they went for it and got it. They had no business going for it.
4th and 4, man. And we're talking 4th and 3, 4th and 4, 4th and 5. It's like
they're up, like, a good amount at this point, right?
Yeah, but see, that's one thing that I think a lot of NFL teams need, man. Somebody, like you said, like their coach Campbell, man, like he is not fucking scared of the moment. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to play this way. And a lot of teams don't play that way, and that's why teams come back on them. But when you have a great play caller in Ben Johnson, when you got Dan Campbell as the head coach, when you got Jared Goff, fucking pretty much Mr. Completion, when you got guys like St. Brown, you got guys Gibbs, fucking Montgomery, who just fucking run the ball.
Those are the best 2-1-2 punch in the game.
Oh, man. It's shit. Talking about this right now is fucking disgusting.
What's so funny is I watched them play the I think it was the Packers recently. They used Montgomery in the whole first quarter. You didn't get to see Gibbs yet. They had Montgomery. Montgomery ran all over them. It's like, okay, let's give him a break. Gibbs, go right in. Gibbs, same thing. Like, their running backs are always they're so well endured because they switch places and it doesn't slow down the offense.
Nah, they're balanced more than anything.
So when that fourth quarter comes, you have two of those running backs that probably each played a quarter and a half. You know what I mean? Comparing to other running backs that are playing 3 quarters.
Yeah, they're grinding down on you, man. They're grinding down on you through the game. Like I said, I'd love to see their value on Houston. It's just...
The only thing that worries me about the Lions, too, is they're hot kind of early.
Yeah, but see, to me, I get you, right? You know, there's so much shit I want to say about this right now. I just saw their record again on paper.
Look, see, let's just admit it. Let's all admit it to the world. You're an anti-Lions guy. Just admit it.
What do you mean I'm an anti-Lions guy?
Do you believe in the Lions?
I believe in the Lions. I actually went on record. I fucking said Jared Goff MVP.
That's
No, what I'm saying is I do expect a good game still, but if the Lions get up 10, you're right. They're going to keep pushing that fucking pedal to the metal.
Don't think it's one of those teams you can maybe come back
No.
Give it up.
No, but so I'm looking at the Lions, right? 7-1, and I'm sitting here thinking, really, the only time that I bet the Lions, I did take them another time this year, but one of the times that I bet them pretty decent sized amount was that one fucking loss against the Bucks when they were -7, and shit went against them. It was week 2, shit went against them.
It was in Detroit, right?
It was in Detroit. They were playing Danny Campbell style. They went for it, and they got a penalty. They didn't even get any points before the half at the 5-yard line. They got a fucking pass interference that didn't get called, and Goff got picked off. There was so much shit that went against them, and they still almost had a chance to win that game. But since that game, you know, you take a team, and that shit happens to you, you kind of are like, okay, you know what? Fuck, maybe I was too high on them. I had -7 on that game. Maybe I was too fucking high. And then weeks go by, and I was like, fucking hey, this is what I expected 5 weeks ago. You know?
Sure.
But sometimes,
right.
like you said...
And you know what? The Lions can't have this happen to them this year. Do you remember when Chicago went in there last year on the road and beat them in Detroit? Do you remember that game last year?
They didn't beat them.
Oh, it came towards the end. Oh,
they almost beat them.
Out the win?
They almost beat them. They squeaked out the win.
Yeah,
they were up. They were up like 10.
Yeah, dude.
Chicago.
They can't go through another one of those games this year if they want to be for real. Because for real teams don't let teams do that to them.
Yeah. So you're right. And one thing I do want to say to piggyback off of your, they're playing good at too early. Maybe no. I actually think they're just playing better and better and better and better. And they've been in this moment. They were in the NFC Championship last year. They were up 14 points. So they've been in this moment. I don't think that anything's too early for this team. That's my opinion. It reminds me of, gosh, what team? It's like when the Packers, when Aaron Rodgers' heydays, the beginning, when like they did okay one year, and then the next year they just started rolling game by game, and they just getting better. And I feel like that's what the Lions are doing right now.
Well, first there's no them being a 500 team, which was a massive change for them.
Yes, exactly. But
and last year is when they were good, and then this year is when they're great.
Yeah, so I don't think this is I think they're ready, man. If everybody stays healthy, I don't think anybody can stop that offense, dude.
You know what's so funny, man? 3 years ago, when I'm, as we all know, I'm a big Packers fan, we were playing the Lions in the week 18, the last week. We needed to win that game to go to the playoffs, and we didn't get that.
It was Sunday night game. It was a Sunday night game.
That night, I knew this team is for real these upcoming years. They're not going anywhere.
And they went for it again on 4th down to seal the game. Remember that?
I remember that.
I took the Lions that game.
And to me, it's like I'm a Packer fan. My team's obviously in the NFC North, but man, to see the Lions be trash for all my life and to finally see them do well, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for that organization. It's been a long time, you know?
Oh, for sure. It's been a long time, yeah. They were all Michigan Wolverine fans, and now they can be Detroit Lion fans.
Right. And let's be honest, Detroit doesn't have any good teams right now.
The Pistons are not good. The Tigers are, they got Tarek Schoolball.
Tigers are
They got Tarek Schoolball, man. So, all right.
They got that Tarek Schoolball kid.
Yep. The kid.
Tarek's a cool name, dude.
Yeah, it is. That kid can ball. That kid can ball for sure.
What?
That kid can ball for sure. So, that's that. I'm going to say that the +3.5, I don't think it's enough with the team like the Lions. But if they get healthy on defense, I got to keep tracking that. I'll look at the number, but it's like fucking A, man.
I still believe in the Texans.
That's what I was just going to say. If they get everybody healthy, it's worth the shot looking at that number. But I still believe in the Texans, too. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. But they got 10 days rest. So It's just tough. It's really tough to go against.
As good as last year.
No. But it's really tough to go against the fucking Lions right now. Anytime. So, next game, Monday Night Football, Rams, Dolphins. Rams -1 at home against the Dolphins. Oh, this is going to be a fucking good game, I feel.
100%. So I think that.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be a shootout.
Yeah, man. This is going to be a good fucking game. I have a feeling. I can see it being a shootout. I think the Dolphins got Tua back, and I'm not saying Tua is the truth, let's be real, but the offense just plays a little better with him. So I think
the guy can at least throw the ball accurately.
Exactly, yeah. And he gives A-Chain a shot to run the ball a little more. The Rams getting healthier. This is a game, bro, Monday night.
It's a good game.
I think the line is what it should be, -1.
For who?
-1 Rams.
Yeah. Is that what the line is, or is it Dolphins -1?
No, it's Rams -1.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dolphins, for all intent purposes, could have beat the Bills last week, but the Bills own them, so.
I mean, the Dolphins is still a decent team now.
Yeah.
It's a good record. They're still a decent
Nah, you got to
team.
throw the record out, man. Shit happens in the NFL, and then you got to look at what the real pieces really are.
For sure.
So I think the line's what it's at. I'm just going to enjoy that one. Maybe I'll have a pick for it next week. Maybe the total, maybe the side. I'm going to dig into it, but... Is there any other hammer spot of the week you got going here or not?
I do not.
No, you're just going with the Ravens tomorrow, huh? Big bad Ravens. I can't wait to see that game, man. That will tell me a lot about if the Ravens need to smash them if they want to be respected in this race for the championship.
I agree.
I'm talking about race for the championship. They're already respected in the NFL, but for themselves. But yeah, man. So. Other than that, we'll take it on to week 11 next week. Let's hope we enjoy this week, and good to have you on the pod as always.
Likewise.
If anybody can't find me at a certain place on Telegram, which is CJ Wins Sports, you can always look me up on Instagram at CJ Wins. That's with 2 N's, CJWINNS. Or if you want to check out packages, CJWins.com. And we're going to call it for today. We don't want to bore you guys. We could talk football for 5 hours here, but we try to give you guys as much value as we can, man. Well, thanks again, T, for coming through, and we'll get back at it next week, man.
That's good, man. Enjoy.
You too.